Hey horror fans, once again it's the Horror Miser G, and today we're going to talk about It! Now, It is a 2017 supernatural horror picture. It is based upon the novel by Stephen King of the same name. It stars Bill Skarsgård. If I mispronounced it, please let me know. He plays the antagonist, It, or otherwise known as Pennywise the Dancing Clown in this particular version. It also was directed by Andy Muschietti. It was written by Chris Palmer, Carrie, I can't pronounce his last name, and Gary Donovan. They wrote this adaptation based upon Stephen King's novel. And of course, we all know that this movie is about set in 1989, if I'm not mistaken. Take a look at my notes. Yes, no, actually 1988. Set in 1988 in a fictional town of Derry, where there are some strange disappearances of children that is happening. And eventually we find Bill, no, not Bill, Bill and his brother. He just built a boat for his brother Georgie. Georgie takes it out on the takes it out to float it onto the whatchamacallit. Unfortunately, it floats into the sewer, and there Bill is attacked and dragged into the sewer by the deadly clown Pennywise. And that basically starts. That's basically how the movie starts off. I'm not spoiling everything. We all know that particular scene, so I'm not spoiling anything. We basically find out that Bill and all his other friends. Let's see. We have Richie, Eddie, Stanley. We see those four people. We eventually also meet Mike. We also get to meet Beverly and Ben. Those are part of the Losers Club. We see all these 7 children, and they eventually are all attacked viciously by Pennywise, and all sorts of very horrifying and terrorizing visions and imagery by Pennywise. They eventually put the clues together that they have to go on ahead and stop Pennywise before he hibernates once again, and they're the only ones that can stop him. Now, I actually stayed off social media for the past 3-4 days, not because because I was sick, and if you hear it in my voice, I'm just getting over a cold. But one of the main reasons why I wanted to stay off social media is because I did not want my enjoyment of this movie ruined by people who will want to spoil it on Facebook or read any interviews or see anything about this movie until I saw it. And now that I saw it, I am pleased to tell you that this movie is fucking fantastic. It's fucking fantastic. The child actors do a great job, and they're the main ones that they carry this film throughout the whatchamacallit. Everything all these kids do is great, especially the kid that plays, I believe his name is Richie. Finn, I can't, Wolfhard? Yeah, Richie, because he basically, he's got a very foul-mouthed kid. He cursed worse than my grandmother. Grandmother did when she was alive. But he was very funny, and I like the how they played off these kids. The fact that they're being terrorized by Pennywise, but they actually still act like kids, and they have a bunch of fun. But all the child actors do a great job as well. Now, of course, you got to give credit for also Bill Skarsgård for his portrayal of Pennywise, and he really had to kick up a notch, because we all know about the 1990 TV miniseries that Tim Curry did an absolute job. Now, Tim Curry, he did play it off as he did have some fun with the role. He had some laughs, but he was also menacing when he needed to be and terrifying when he needed to be. But Skarsgård here, he is just as terrifying, menacing, and he's also very predatorial. When he sees his victim, he knows what he wants to do, and he will go after it full board. It's a lot of jump scares in this picture, but not the typical jump scares that we see in other horror movies. This movie does its jump scares very fairly. You know it's coming, but you can't help but hide behind your face and relax for the jump scare. But after the jump scare is over, you get a good laugh afterwards, which I thought was very easy. It was very pleasing. I will have to warn some people, if you do have a fear of clowns, I don't know if you want to really see this movie or not. I know there's some people that do have a fear of clowns. Depending upon how your fear of clowns is, if you really are terrified of them, I suggest you don't see this picture, because Pennywise is very terrifying in here. Very terrifying here. But if you can handle, but if you're not, if your fear of clowns is not that bad, I do recommend you see this movie, because like I said before, it's fucking fantastic. And you got to give these kids credit too, because they are not scared. I mean, they know what they have to do. They don't make dumb decisions. When they decide that they have to go to a very creepy looking house, they're going to go into the creepy house. If they know that there's a creepy sewer hole there, they're going to go into it. They actually know that the only way we're going to be able to defeat our fears is that we have to confront them. So they don't make stupid mistakes. So I really praise the writers and the director for creating a very smart, very crafty horror picture. Like I said before, this is a fantastic movie. Not just a horror movie, but it's a fantastic horror movie. I believe it's one of the best movies I've seen so far this year. So on my scale of 1 to 10, this gets the big 1-0. Yes, it will get the 10. If I had special effects on this whatchamacallit, I'll have stars shooting out, and then I would have Freddy, Jason, probably Leatherface, and Michael Myers clapping in the background too, because I rarely really give any film a 10, but this deserves the high mark. Yes, it's that damn good. Yeah, I'm going to have to change my ranking of the best top horror films of the year, so I'll be changing that ranking too. This is taking over Get Out as one of the best horror pictures of the year so far, so I'll definitely make a change on that. So what do you think about it? Did you enjoy it like I did? Were you floating out of the box office? Were you floating out of the theaters like I was, and everyone else that I went to go see this, because they really were floating too? Did you like it? What do you think of Bill Skarsgård's performance? Or do you prefer the 1990 version? Comment below, let me know. We'll talk about it. So, like I said once before, this movie is fantastic. It's the best horror movie I've seen so far this year. It's one of the best films I've seen so far this year. So, I really will recommend people, you got to go see it, even if you don't like clowns. Well, that's my review for today. If this is your first time here, please go ahead, comment, like, share, and welcome to the horror experience. Also, all my social media links will be in the description below as well. Once again, my name is Lamont Smith, better known as the Horror Miser Monty G. And always remember that horror rules, and you'll float too. You'll float too. You'll float too.